Good evening, YouTube. Hardball Crazy. This is the fifth and final video I'm recording one night, so that's why I'm wearing the same shirt. And this is why I'm trying to get my cards organized. I had a bunch of cards and stacks all over the place. I just want to get them organized, do all the videos at once. I'll release them over time. That way I can get my stuff organized, and I have a little free night to actually do some videos. So instead of procrastinating and be too tired to do videos, wait to do a video and air it that night, which I usually do. I will do 5 tonight, and this is my 5th one. So tonight is my first. Nashville is now represented in my PC, and I added a new player to my Negro League autograph collection. What should I start with first? Let's start with a Negro Leaguer. I've always been a fan of Negro League players and learning about them, because we're still learning about some of these players, and some of these players we're still learning about. We thought we're seeing commons or some of these Negro League sets from years, or just see the names floating about in references and articles and whatnot. He's he's an all right player, and then I find out, wow, he was a really good player. And one of those players right now, I think, is I'm talking about tonight. And I have a small collection of Negro League autographs and another little small collection of Playing Days Negro Leaguers. I think that's pretty well representative. Tonight's edition is Mr. Wild Bill Wright. He is pictured here with the Baltimore Elite Giants, but he played most of his career in Mexico because, you know, blacks were treated better back then down in Mexico to get away from the segregation, the racism, and all the crap that we did here in the U.S. This is the 1990, I think 1990, early 90s, a Ron Lewis postcard set. You see these many on them. There's many you find on eBay autographed, because they part of Negro League autograph social, and this is JSA certified. Wild Bill Wright. Why he was called Wild Bill Wright? Because he started as a pitcher. He had control problems, and he was switched to the outfield, and became a really star player. He was once referred to as a Black DiMaggio. He was a great player, power and speed. He did put up good numbers here in the U.S., the Negro Leagues, but he didn't play a lot, so that's probably why he's not in the Hall of Fame. But he was a candidate in 2006 when the Negro Leaguers Hall of Fame added a whole bunch of Negro Leaguers to the Hall of Fame, likes of Willard Smith and Hilton Smith, and so I think a bunch of others that came in 2006. Willie Wells, Bis Mackey. He was a candidate on that list, but he didn't make the final cut for the Hall of Fame. But he was a star in Mexico, and he's in the Mexican Baseball Hall of Fame. And if you look up his stats and his legend, you read about him, wow, he's a great player. So I had to add this Wild Bill Wright to my Negro League autograph collection. And on to Nashville. Well, now that the Oakland and Tampa Bay things are pretty well finalized, next step, according to Rob Brantford, is that they're going to add 2 expansion teams to baseball. He didn't want to expand teams until those franchises had their stadium issues worked out or finalized. It's almost there. And one seemed to be one of the leading candidates for the new expansion team is Nashville. I think other teams I heard is Montreal, Portland, even Oakland's been mentioned. They'd get a team back there. Maybe some south of border, like in Mexico or Puerto Rico. But Nashville, did I say Montreal? Anyways, Nashville seems to be a leading candidate and for an expansion team. So I want to add a Nashville card to my collection. And so who I go for, the Nashville Sound. So who's the most famous alum, former player of the Nashville Sound. So I found his card of Don Mattingly when he played the Nashville. This is actually his first pro minor league card. Found a great looking example, a little off-centered, but good price. Nashville Sound. So when the Nashville it's a franchise, if they do, I'll have a Nashville card in my collection. Arby's advertisement. America's roast beef, yes sir. You guys remember that? Fun fact, I worked at Arby's in high school, local Arby's in high school. So Arby's, and I had a relationship at one time. And great to add Don Mattingly's first pro minor league card and a Negro League legend autograph to my collection. Great stuff. Thank you for watching. I'll have a good night.